Well, I wanted to grill the chicken today, but it decided to rain. However, I think I'm going to go ahead and do it anyways. It's not too bad. It's a little cool. It's a little rainy, but I think we'll be okay. So I'm going to go back inside and start prepping it up and get it on the grill pretty quick. I was at the store earlier today, and they had some nice looking chickens marked down. So I thought I would get one and butterfly it out and cook it on the grill. It's a little rainy out, but I think it's going to be fine anyways. While I was looking through the poultry section, I noticed they also had some turkey thighs that were marked down. So I went ahead and grabbed those. I'm going to go ahead and grill those up at the same time I cook the chicken, and we'll have a poultry party, I guess you could say. But you see, they're both very, very similar. The turkey thigh obviously is dark meat, which is really, really tasty. It's my favorite part. So I'll get these prepped up, get them seasoned up, and we'll get them on the grill really quick. See you back here in a couple seconds. What I'm going to do is butterfly this chicken and cook it on the grill so it's laying flat on the grill. I'm going to cut it right down the center of the breast. There's another method very similar. It's called spatchcock, and what that happens is you would turn the chicken over, and you could use a knife, or better yet use some heavy poultry shears and cut along both sides of the backbone and remove the backbone and lay it out that way. It's a good method. I just happen to prefer this method by butterflying it. You can also cut the chicken entirely in half and grill it up with 2 halves. You can cut it in quarters, whatever happens to work best for you. I just like this method, so that's what I'm going to show you. Just cut straight down next to the breastbone, which you can see right there. And there's some bone you have to cut through up front. And then through the back here. Remove any excess fat. And just like that. Now flip it over and make it so it lies flat. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to press down and break the rib bones so it lays as flat as possible on the grill, and use both hands if you need to and press down very firmly. You might hear some cracking sounds. Get both sides. There. Now that'll work out great. It'll lie down really flat, and it'll help it to cook a little bit more evenly. So what I'm also going to do, I decided to go ahead and remove the bone out of the chicken thighs. It's not necessary, it's just I was in the mood to do it this time, so I am. Just cut along, use it very carefully, use a sharp knife, and very carefully take your time, cut away the meat away from the bone on both sides of it. There will be chunks of cartilage and whatnot at both ends. So just carefully work your way around that. Take your time, don't get in a hurry. No need to cut yourself. It's not any fun, I guarantee you. You just keep working at it both sides, cutting the meat away from the bone. When you get it pretty well clear, you can go along the back side and keep working. You can cook those up and use them to make soup or make stock or whatever you like, or just cook them up and on them, whatever works best for you. But now I'm going to go ahead and season after I wash my hands, and keep one hand clean and one hand chickeny, I guess you could say. I'm going to start with the chicken here. I'm going to use a extra virgin olive oil spray to put a light coat of oil on the chicken. Then I'll put the seasonings on top of the oil, which will help it stick much better. And then I'll put another very light coat of oil on top of the seasonings so everything holds really well to the chicken. You don't need to drown it. Just give it a nice little spray. I'm going to use some different seasonings for these. This is a poultry rub I found. Works very nicely. You can get it at most stores. A little bit of spray on top. If you missed any spots, go ahead and touch them up like that. And I'm going to do spicy apple rub. It's really good stuff. And I'm going to do a couple with the Simply Marvelous pecan rub. Whoops, there she is. Both very good, just different flavors. I'm going to mix it up a little bit, do some different things. So again, with the chicken, the turkey. It's all poultry, but it's not in motion anymore. Give it a little bit of a spray, and I'm going to go with the pecan. I've got the grill heating up, should be ready to go in a few seconds. We'll take these out there and put them on, and we'll get the poultry grilling away. Alright, I've got both the chicken and the turkey thighs on. All three burners are on high right now. I'm going to turn the both burners underneath the meat off, leaving this burner over here to my left on all by itself. So it's going to be cooking by indirect heat. To get a little view of how it's happening there. Then we'll close it down. I've got the temperature probe into the meat here. I've got it set for 165, and that's when the alarm should go off. So we'll close it up and wait till the alarm goes off. Well, the turkey thighs look like they're pretty well done. The chicken is coming along. It's still got about 18-20 more degrees to go. I'm going to go ahead and pull the turkey and leave the chicken on a little bit longer. Well, it just hit the 165 degrees. It's looking pretty good. Take it inside and let it cool down. And we'll cut it up and see how it looks. Looking pretty good out here on the grill anyway, that's for sure. Well, there it is. Just brought it in off the grill. I'm going to leave the temperature probe in the breast still while it cools down. If I pull it out now, it's just going to start leaking out a lot of the juice. And I don't want that. So I'm going to let it rest for 15, maybe 20 minutes. It'll still be plenty hot at that point in time when we cut it apart. I like to let it rest. I like to let any meat rest for a period of time so that it can cool down, let the juices relax and redistribute themselves back throughout the meat. So I'll be back in about 20 minutes. It'll be just a couple seconds for you. But while this is cooling, let me go ahead and show you. These are pretty well cooled off. They're real tasty. It's just kind of like basically like a giant chicken thigh, obviously. But whenever I find them on sale, I pick them up most time and bring them home and grill them. They're really, really good stuff. Give it a try, see what you think. And we'll be back in a little bit and we'll do the chicken at that point. See you there. There we go. It's been right about 20 minutes. Take that temperature probe out so we can start cutting it. Looks pretty good there if you ask me. There it is. There it is. I'm making a bit of a mess there, so I can show you what it looks like. But let's give it a start. And let me see here. Take a wing off up here. See, there's some of those little pieces of meat I was telling you about on the backbone. Really tender and tasty. It's a couple of little pieces like that. I'm going to go ahead and slice a little bit of this breast so you can see that too. You can see how, see the juice there around the point of the knife. It's just nice and juicy and tender. That's a good way, an easy way to cook a chicken on the grill. Gives it a nice flavor, and it's definitely worth trying if you haven't done it yet. You can cut them into individual pieces if you want to, whatever works best for you, depending on how big of a group of people you have. But give it a try. It's definitely Cook and Gobble good, and I'll see you next time on Cook and Gobble videos.